Two teams with two contrasting starts to the league. One are yet to be beaten, while the other are searching for that opening win. Could this be the day where the fortune changes, or will it be the same story at the end of the day? This is the Papare, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel, bringing you live action from the Nittawela Rugby Stadium, where Dharmaraja College will be hosting St. Thomas's College. And what an occasion this is. And joining me in the commentary box is Shabit Mutalif. Good evening, Shabit.
Hi Kevin, a very good evening. It's a bright sunny day here in Nittawela. After a couple of weeks of so many showers and slow games, I think it's a great start for this week with some fast-paced game that we can expect.
Absolutely, and look at that. And this is the weather forecast for today. 29 Celsius is the maximum temperature, while minimum temperature being 22 Celsius. And we have a wind coming from the left of your screen towards the right at 14 kilometers per hour, and it is cloudy. But still, we haven't seen this sight in a very long while in a game at Nittawela. All the games at Nittawela have had some dark clouds surrounding the grounds, but today it's much better.
Absolutely. The conditions might favor St. Thomas's on their early outbursts that they had in each game. They have always opted for a fast start, and then the weakness had been the defense, even though they conceded 50 points against Mahanama. They managed to score 35, and that has been a point that I think Dharmaraja will want to exploit.
Well, we'll now quickly have a look at the highlights from week number 3 of Dialog Schools Rugby League 2025. What a week it was, and this was where everything started. Trinity College beating with the Thurston at Sugatadasa, and we also had Royal beating St. Joseph's. A much look forward game that was, but it was an easy win for Royal. And we also had Sumangala beating with the other at Bogambara. What a win that was. And this was St. Anthony's going down to Wesley 24 points to 3 here at Nittawela. And also St. Thomas's beat Mahanama comprehensively by 50 points to 35 points. And we also had Kingswood College finding their first win of the season, 27 points to 18, with Zahira and all the defending champions St. Peter's narrowly won a game against Science College, just 6 points difference. And Isipatana, one of the title contenders, beating Dharmaraja College 32 points to 19. And we also had DS Senanayaka beating Ananda 22 points to 18. Plenty of close games, but Sumangala beating Vidyartha could be the upset of the season.
Of course.
Well, these are the results from the previous week. Thurston College losing to Trinity College at Sugatadasa Stadium 48 points to 19. Royal College beating St. Joseph's 33 points to 14. Mahanama College going down to St. Thomas's College 50 points to 35. And Sri Sumangala College beating Vidyartha at the Trinity College grounds in Pallekele 24 points to 12.
Zahira Kingswood made their first win against 27 points to 18. St. Anthony's and Wesley, I think Wesley had a comprehensive win against the home team, 24 points to 3. Then 23-19, that was a close, controversial game against St. Peter's versus Science. Dharmaraja against Isipatana, it was 19-32. And Ananda DS Senanayaka, what a cracker it was.
Absolutely, some exciting, enthralling games from week number 3, and we are heading into week number 4. Plenty of action, and this is the first game of week number 4. Dharmaraja College taking on St. Thomas's College here at the Nittawela Rugby Stadium. With that, we will go for a very short commercial break. On the other side, we'll bring you more action from the Nittawela grounds.
Creamy richness redefined. Smooth, soft, spreadable. Introducing Fondre with canola and sunflower oil.
රාමෙන් පාරක් දාමුද?
මෙතන
මෙතන විතරක් නෙමෙයි. ඕනෙම තැනක රාමෙන්.
හඳුන්වාදන මෙල්බන් ස්නැකර්ස් කොරියන් රාමෙන් සේවරි විස්කට්. රාමෙන් සැරට සෙට් වෙන්න.
හරි. ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එක.
බයද? ඒවටත් බෙහෙත් අපි ළඟ තියෙනවා. ඉඳගන්න.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය චර්පි චිප්ස් රිදෙන්න දැනෙන රස.
තව ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එකක් ගහමුද?
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Keep sweating. Keep pushing the limits. Keep stepping up your game. Keep shining. Keep rising. No matter what your fitness goal is, we are always there by you, with you. Iodex. Get. Spray. Go.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
කොහෙන් හරි කමන්නේ ෆොටෝ එක තිබ්බනම් මට මේ බිත්තියේ කැත වහගන්න තිබ්බා.
චමරි අක්කා.
බිත්තියට ස්විස් ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ගාලා ෆිනිෂ් කළා නම් ඔය ප්‍රශ්න මුකුත් නැහැ.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝට් ෆිනිෂ් එකට හොඳම කෙනා.
සැරටම එන්ජොයි කරන්න පාටි එකට ගෝ.
Night Go Pocket Perfume. Youth එකට go එකක්.
Hi, I'm Tarinder Rathwar. To all the schools participating in the Schools Rugby League 2025, we wish you all the very best and good luck.
සමදා සමහන් සමදා සුවෙන්.
Love rugby.
Live rugby.
Prima Kotumi. Fun tamai.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
වතුරත් ලීක් වෙලා. ස්ලැබ් එකත් ඉවරයි. බලන්නකො දැන් සාලේ කැත. චමරි.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල්ඩ් 2K waterproof දැම්මා නම් වතුර කාන්දු වෙන්නෙත් නැහැ. හිතටත් නිදහස්.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල්ඩ් 2K waterproofer සීල් කරන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Creamy richness redefined. Smooth, soft, spreadable. Introducing Fondre with canola and sunflower oil.
වතුරත් ලීක් වෙලා. ස්ලැබ් එකත් ඉවරයි. බලන්නකො දැන් සාලේ කැත. චමරි.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල්ඩ් 2K waterproof දැම්මා නම් වතුර කාන්දු වෙන්නෙත් නැහැ. හිතටත් නිදහස්.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල්ඩ් 2K waterproofer සීල් කරන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
German engineered tires for Sri Lankan roads. Seat car radials. The road is yours.
විහිළු නෙමෙයි. ටෝකියෝ සුපර් ඕන වැඩකට සුපර්.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Our forests come in many forms. They can be up in the hills or down in the plains, fed by the rain or sculpted by the sun. Our forests are deeply rooted in us. They are a living inspiration.
Bring that inspiration home. Lanka Tiles. Fine living. Redefined.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Maliban lemon puff puff, lemon puff, Maliban lemon puff. හැම සිතක්ම පිපිදේ, රස lemon රසයේ, ජීවිතයම මිහිරයි. Maliban lemon puff puff, lemon puff, Maliban lemon puff, Maliban lemon puff, chill when lemon. දවසම refresh when the train එකට go.
Night Go Pocket Perfume. Youth එකට go එකක්.
Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
දවසම ෆ්‍රෙෂ් වෙන්න. O3 Spirit and Freedom perfumed body spray.
German engineered tires for Sri Lankan roads. Seat car radials. The road is yours.
Welcome back to the live actions from Nittawela. I think Kevin, we jinxed it. We can see some dark clouds moving towards the ground. I hope it remains this way to enjoy some fast-paced rugby this evening. Shall we have a look at the points table?
Absolutely, and this is the points table, especially from Group 1A, Wesley College leading with 18 points, St. Peter's with the same number of points as well. And they are at the second position as of now, and DSC Naika following them up at the third position. And Ananda College with 7 points are at fourth. Science with 3 points are at the fifth position. And St. Anthony's, which is 1 point behind their name, are at the bottom of the table. Science and St. Anthony's yet to win a game, and St. Peter's and Wesley are unbeaten.
Moving on to the second group, that is the unbeaten streak continues for St. Thomas's and Isipatana, followed by Kingswood, Zahira, and yet to win a game by Mahanama and Dharmaraja. Will it be a top-bottom contention today? And can we see an upset, hopefully?
Well, we all would love to see an upset. We saw one the previous week. Now we'll quickly look at Group 3A. And it is where the heavyweights Royal and Trinity are leading the group, both with 18 points each. And Royal, with a better point difference, is at the first place as of now. And St. Joseph's are following them up at the third position with 10 points, while Sri Sumangala, after that win against Vidyartha, are at the fourth position. And Vidyartha, they've had two disappointing outings in the previous two games. After that miraculous save, the drawn game here at Nittawela against St. Joseph's, while Thurston are yet to open the scoring with points, and they are 3 games down, and they haven't won a game yet. So there's plenty of exciting action left in the week, and the most look forward game in the week would be Wesley taking on
St. Peter's.
And also we have Trinity taking on Royal as well, happening
that's
the same week.
Pre-Bradby match that everyone will want to keep their eyes on.
Absolutely. And now let's quickly have a look at the top point scorers from the league so far.
Didulu Jayasuriya with 40 points, and Idris Farouk from Royal College contending equally. And on the third place, it is Mayanka Dias from St. Thomas's, Minula Yaddehige from Trinity with 35 points at fourth place, and Dil Ruan Pereiras from Science College at the fifth position. And that's how your top 5 unfold with regard to this season on top point scorers.
Both those Royalists have been having a brilliant season, along with Mayanka Dias, who will be featuring in this game against Dharmaraja. 37 points are behind his name. Now let's quickly have a look at the top try scorers of the season, and no doubt in that Tidula Jayasuriya with 8 tries in just 3 games. What a start for the season for the young man from Royal College. And Minula Yaddehige is just 1 try down to Tidula. He's at the second position from Trinity, and Dinuka Pereira from Royal has 6 tries behind his name, and Kavin Jasing from Isipatana with 4 tries, Abdul Malik from Trinity with 3 tries. And one of the exciting facts is that 2 Trinitians and 2 Royalists are featuring in this top 5 list. And now let's quickly have a look at the fixtures of this week, especially from today. And we have DSC Naika College taking on Science College at the Havelock Park. At the same time, we have Thurston College taking on Sumangala College at Bogambara Stadium. That could be a cracker of a game as well. Thurston looking for that first win. Sumangala fresh after that enthralling win against Vidyartha. And we also have our featured game on this live, Dharmaraja College taking on St. Thomas's College here at Nittawela. Well, we'll now go for a another quick break. On the other side, we'll bring you live action from the Nittawela Rugby Stadium with the kickoff.
Whose fault is this? Looks like someone didn't use Tokyo Superbond for tiling. Tokyo Superbond. Do it right the first time.
එක පැත්තකින් වාගෙනදී තව පැත්තකින් මතුවෙනවා. මේ ටයිල් එක බෑ. දෙක තුනක් කැඩිලත් එක්ක. තමරි අක්කා.
ජීවිත කාලය පුරාම අල්ලන් ඉන්න නම් ටයිල් අල්ලන්න ඕන ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව්.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව් අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
German engineered tires for Sri Lankan roads. Seat car radials. The road is yours.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
Follow your dreams, achieve your goals. With every step, let your story unfold. In this world you will shine. Just believe it's your time. Sky is the ultimate limit. Never can you stop any day.
Chase your dream career with eSoft Metro Campus.
As the pioneer in Sri Lanka's bottled water industry, American Water has set the standard for over 3 decades to help you stay hydrated wherever you may roam, to provide healthy hydration for your whole home, and to nourish your growing family. With island-wide distribution, we've reached the homes and hearts of every Sri Lankan, ensuring healthy hydration for all. For over 30 years, we've brought the Earth's bounty directly to you, wherever you are, whatever your needs.
Boss, you're the one who lifted this company to where it is today, ne? Your work is so well organized and your capability really shines through it.
While you're working hard to earn your yearly bonus, save money with Commercial Bank's Power Bonus. Open an account with just 5,000 rupees and earn bonus interest every 3 months straight.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
Love rugby.
Live rugby.
Prima Kotumi. Fun tamai.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Hi, I am Janidhu Dilishan. 2025 පාසල් රග්බි තරඟාවලියේ සෙල්ලම් කරන හැමෝටම හොඳින් සෙල්ලම් කරන්න මම සුබ පතනවා.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රසයක් බැයියා. Chirpy chips. රිදෙන්නේ දැනෙන රස.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රසයක් බැයියා. Chirpy chips. රිදෙන්නේ දැනෙන රස.
The atmosphere has just gone up a notch as we are all set to begin this game between Dharmaraja College and St. Thomas's College. And this is the St. Thomas's College lineup. Arya Vansa, Pereira, Wanigasuriya, Jnanadas, Aluvihare, Karunaratna will consist in that forwards lineup, while the backs will consist of Vikram Surya, Bulat Singhalage, Pereira, Liana Gunawardana, Diaz, Akbar and Akit Kure. And Diaz and Akit Kure have had a phenomenal season so far. And the replacements for St. Thomas's will be Jayasena, Imran, Amaravira, Cameron, Helia Goda, Gunaratna, Vijay Singh, Pereira, George and Shankar.
The Dharmaraja College outfit starts off with Sandun Gunasingha, Abhilesh Nikeshal, Dulaksha Rajapaksha, Wagisha Disanayaka, Indunet Bandara, Dulkit Dias, Gayan Samaratunga, Matisha Sahanera. That's the forwards for you. And Pawan Monde with Sadish Bandara with that number 9-11 combination. And Damsit Ratnayaka Vidun Saprama, Dupahan Rajapaksha, Duminda Rajapaksha and Sanulka Bandara. The replacements, Disanayaka, Rajapaksha, Bandara, Senarath, Jayatunga, Jayasundara, Virakon, Ratnayaka and Fernando. That's the outfit of Dharmaraja for this cracker against St. Thomas's.
Well, we thought that the kickoff was just moments away, and the players have been called back for the team lineups as the Papare goes silent here at Nittawela. And just to inform all our viewers, the word Papare has been added on the Oxford Dictionary, and that is indeed a big thing, especially for us at ThePapare, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel. And both the teams are lined up in front of the grandstand, and St. Thomas's will be looking to continue their win streak in the league, and they've had a phenomenal season so far, especially their players Makil Karunaratna, Akit Kure, Mayanka Dias. They've featured in those top point scorers and try scorers list.
In the last couple of games, I think St. Thomas's have looked pretty strong in the opening half of the game, and that has been their X factor in winning. But there has been a point that always opponents have managed to crack through in the second half, where they always conceded points, and that is something I think the coach must be working on for the last week. And the other hand, I think Dharmaraja must be purely working on that first half that they need to improve with regard to St. Peter's, St. Isipatana, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, they came back really strong on the second half, but it was the first half that cost them the game. So it's two different contexts, two different teams with two different dynamics. We can see how it unfolds today at Nittawela on this nice day that is unfolded for rugby after a couple of weeks.
Well, absolutely, and the skipper Damsit Ratnayaka of Dharmaraja has a big job in his hand, because especially after you go down losing 4 games in a row, including that game at the knockout stage, your team goes mentally down. So the skipper has to step up, and he has to tell the boys that we can do this, because if not, it'll just go downhill. So he has a huge job in his hand along with the coach.
Spot on, Kevin, spot on. I think schools rugby has always been a mental game that teams needs to come up with, because it's more than physique, it's the mindset that matters in a game. Especially like you said, how they have had no results for the last match that had been played, and being on the downhill. I think this is a huge comeback that Dharmaraja needs to come up with. On the other hand, St. Thomas's has everything to lose. So will they continue the momentum, or will it be an upset?
Well, at the meantime, the referee Charani made history in the rugby league, the club rugby league, being the first female referee to officiate a game, and she is officiating this game, all-important game between St. Thomas's College and Dharmaraja, as Udan Bulat Singhalage is all set and ready to kick off proceedings. The brother of the former St. Thomas's skipper, Yevan Bulat Singhalage. Udan is all set, and he kicks off proceedings here at the Nittawela Rugby Stadium, falls straight into the Dharmaraja player, and he returns the favor with a kick. So early line out throw for St. Thomas's inside that 40-meter mark.
Early set plays could come into play here. I think St. Thomas's with a strong back line, they would try to exploit the first points on the score. Cleanly collected by the second row. Dharmaraja holds on to it.
St. Thomas's are driving forward. They are gaining meters with this rolling maul. And Dharmaraja bringing some desperate defense, and the ball has been broken loose from the maul. St. Thomas's with early momentum here. It was the Dharmaraja scrum half who kicked the ball out, and it didn't find much meters, so St. Thomas's are in this position. Here's their big number 8, Karunaratne.
Sending out wide. That's a clean ruck with St. Thomas's inching forward.
Quickly taken from the Thomas's scrum of Venuka Vikramasuriya. St. Thomas's inside the 22-meter mark, and Dharmaraja have won back position. Lucky break for them. They were in a spot of bother, and that is a brilliant turnover from them.
I think that's a brilliant play. They straight went into the ball and managed to milk that penalty. St. Thomas's might be kicking for that opportunity that they had to score the first point early in the game, which could have built a lot of momentum. But that's getting out of jail for Dharmaraja, right back into the center.
Abhilash Nikeshila setting himself up for the line out through.
Okay.
Referee Charani has given the word go. Abhilash wants to have some final words.
Dharmaraja go out to a 3-man line out.
A good line out throw from Abhilash. Dharmaraja with position going up to the center with the passes. Dharmaraja will be looking to get into that 50-meter mark. Possibly a box kick coming from the scrum off, and falls straight into the hands of Akit Kure, and Akit Kure returns a favor with a kick. He couldn't chase it down. Dharmaraja have lost the ball and knocked forward, says the referee Charani. So will be a scrum in favor of St. Thomas's.
I think the assistant referee, has he got to say something?
Well, again, St. Thomas is creating some momentum for them, and it was a good charge from St. Thomas's after that kickoff from Akit Kure. There were 2 men chasing it down, and that brought the pressure into that Dharmaraja player who knocked it forward. So Venuka Vikramasuriya is all set to feed the ball in.
The second opportunity unfolds to St. Thomas's College. Can they milk a try out of this? Ball comes out clean. It has been an early stop and play in the game. Even though we expected a cracker from St. Thomas's, Dharmaraja has always stood up and managed to defend it early on.
Here's Vikramasuriya, all set to feed the ball in. Vikramasuriya. And here's the big number 8, Karunaratne, trying to barge through the Dharmaraja defense, and he has been brought down. Vikramasuriya now goes to the center. St. Thomas's inside that 40-meter mark. Another big forward. Vishwa Arya Vansa this time. And Dharmaraja are under the pump early on, because they've spent most of the time in these first 4 minutes inside their own half, and as we know, the Thomian forwards are very big, very huge in stature. It'll be hard for the Rajans to stop.
We got to appreciate the efforts put by Dharmaraja, and that comes back to Dharmaraja and cleans it out from the 2022 collected.
Referee Charani having a word with her assistant referee, Callum. Dharmaraja have a knock-on advantage as well. So they are having a word between them whether to give the advantage for Dharmaraja or to give the penalty for St. Thomas's.
Number 9.
And number 9 of Dharmaraja have been called by the referee Charani. And he has just been given a warning. And we will go back to that knock-on advantage which Dharmaraja had, and very lucky there, Dharmaraja.
Absolutely. They were lucky not to lose a player in the early half of the game. That would have cost them a lot.
First knock-on.
Fortunately for them, they had an advantage as well. If not, that would have been a penalty for St. Thomas's. But still, we are inside Dharmaraja's half. Dharmaraja has to do a good job here. This is a defensive scrum for them.
Crouch. Bye. Set.
Dharmaraja to feed in the ball.
Number 1.
Not steady, says the referee.
Crouch. Bye. Set. Steady.
Pawan. The scrum off for Dharmaraja will feed the ball in. He'll probably be looking to bring that box kick in or to find a player to get a clearance. But Dharmaraja are moving forward, and St. Thomas is doing a good job there, not allowing or giving out any space for Dharmaraja to move forward. They're still inside their 22-meter mark and just have been brought out of it. The smarter move will be to bring that kick in, and that's exactly what they've done.
Straight into the hands of the Thomian. Running back in, still keeps going. Back into where the kick was made, into the Dharmaraja 22. Sends the ball out, goes on to the first hit.
St. Thomas is now inching towards that try line inside the 22-meter mark. That was a brilliant run from Akit Kure, the fullback of St. Thomas's. And St. Thomas's have an advantage as well. Dharmaraja defense caught offside there. They will be looking to score a try here to get some points, and the Thomians are inching forward inside the 22-meter mark. The Dharmaraja defense have a lot of work to put in here, as the sun is shining brightly as Karuna Ratna is just inches away from the try line, and he has been brought down. St. Thomas's, will this be their first try? Yes, it'll be the first Amana bank try for St. Thomas's. What a piece of play from St. Thomas's. Akit Kure started it all. Ran all the way from his own half towards that 22-meter mark. And the flanker, Jason Jnanadas, has finished the job with a try. The first Amana bank try.
That was brilliant play by St. Thomas's. They were sending the ball onto the either sides and spreading the defense of Dharmaraja College, which was difficult to break through in the initial half. But they got the reward. It was a brilliant try.
St. Thomas's have an opportunity now to add 2 more points onto the tally. And it is very important to add as much as points as you can in the opening half, because we are uncertain of how the weather will unfold when we get into the second half. So when the conditions are better, try to get those points. As the conversion goes out wide, so it will remain 5 points to St. Thomas's to Dharmaraja 0.
Dharmaraja was quite confident running the ball from their own 22, but I think this was the moment where St. Thomas's drew first blood.
And this has been the concern for Dharmaraja throughout the season, not starting the first half well. And that has allowed the opponents to capitalize on it. And when Dharmaraja comes back into the game with a better plan, it was already late in most of the games that they played, as Damsit puts the kick deep, falls just behind the try scorer Jnanadas. And Dharmaraja should be looking to apply pressure. The ball is still inside the Thomian 22. And the kick.
St. Thomas's gets out of jail and the ball is still with Dharmaraja.
Number 5.
Offside, says the referee. Another opportunity. Quick tap taken. Unforced error from Dharmaraja. That was a try that he dropped. Countering back with the ball. St. Thomas's.
Get back.
Kicks out. Well collected by Dharmaraja. Running back in. Very well brought down by the Thomians. Ball available for the ruck. Knock forward, says the referee. I think Dharmaraja has had a golden opportunity and these unforced errors are costing them the game.
10 minutes into the game and Dharmaraja are trailing by 5 points to 0. St. Thomas is through. Jnanadas scored their first try just a couple of minutes ago. And St. Thomas's now have a scrum inside their own half, and it is just outside that 50-meter mark as well. And we've already seen how strong the St. Thomas's forwards are. Whenever they've had the ball, it has been hard work for the Dharmaraja defense to stop them.
I think the discipline of these forwards have rewarded them with points and wins. If you look at Dharmaraja, where they had the size and the pace, but it's always unforced errors. Sending it out.
Here's St. Thomas is on the move now. Brilliant run there. A better pass would have made the difference there, and Dharmaraja now have possession back just outside the 50-meter mark. Can they get into the Thomian half? Can they apply pressure to the Thomian defense? They desperately have to. It is still early stages in the game as the box kick comes out from the scrum half. And there is no one to chase it down as St. Thomas's wins back possession.
That's another infringement from Dharmaraja. I think they are giving away too many penalties early in the game. That could come back haunting.
Time up.
One player down on Dharmaraja.
Seems like a hamstring injury for the young man, and the referee has requested for a substitution. Well, it seems more of an ankle injury for the young man. Not good sights. We are halfway into the league, and this young man has had an ankle injury. It's always tough to see these young men getting injuries right at a game.
I believe that the school rugby has evolved to a state where it is very intense and it's tiring. So these kids do put their heart out for their school. So starting off from the knockouts, I think this is their 5th game. And we should not forget the practice sessions that they have. It ain't just shadow practices that they do these days. It's pretty intense and they go full on to prepare for these matches. So definitely a wrong footing could cost them a player or two.
Well, absolutely. And a stretcher has been brought out. We are still...
Looking at the first 12 minutes, Kevin, I think the difference that has made by St. Thomas's is that they had always been clean and capitalized on each opportunity that they had got, whereas Dharmaraja had better confidence, had better moves, but they always knocked it on when they had the opportunity to go on the try line. So can they regroup? Will they be back with a counter strike? Still the match is just one try away.
Well, and also one thing that Dharmaraja has to work on is with their clearance kicks, because even when the game started, they brought in that clearance kick early on and didn't find much meters, and even that try scoring clearance kick which came from Dharmaraja fell straight into the hands of Akit Kure, who just had a clear path to run into the 22-meter mark as well.
Time on.
As St. Thomas's will now look to gain some good meters with this touch finder, and they have taken play into Dharmaraja's half. Pereira with the line out through for St. Thomas's, goes deep, a good line out throw. St. Thomas's have numbers on the outside, but the big Karunaratne just barges through the defense and walks forward as St. Thomas's now will go towards their right hand corner. This is a good bit of play from St. Thomas's, gaining meters. Here's the big number one, Vishwarya once. St. Thomas's have an advantage as well. Yet again, Dharmaraja caught offside there. Plenty of penalties being offered for St. Thomas's early on in this game. Here's Jehan Vanigasuriya just outside the 22-meter mark. St. Thomas's now, and that's a brilliant show and go from the Thomian fly half. Udan Bulat Singhalage, and St. Thomas's are now just few meters away from the try line. And here's Arya Vansanov. He has been brought down. And the big number one yet again, Arya Vansa, who has been brought down just inside that try line as Udan goes over to score the second Amana bank try for St. Thomas's. Just a little too easy for them as of now.
Brilliant running by St. Thomas's. I think they know what they're doing. They just went on the right channel and spread the ball wide to make sure that they crack open the defense of Dharmaraja College, where else Dharmaraja has always been having second thoughts with regard to the attack that they've had. They came up well at the opening few minutes of St. Thomas's. They managed to defend well, but I think they had let loose St. Thomas's run around them. That's the replay of the brilliant try by the Thomian fly half.
Well, the try was culminated by Udan Bulat Singhale himself with those show and goes, and he finished the job with the try as well, as Zaidan Akbar looks to add 2 more points onto the board, and it goes out wide yet again. So the scoreline will remain St. Thomas's 10 and Dharmaraja 0. 2 Amana bank tries for St. Thomas's inside the 15th minute mark.
I think St. Thomas's needs to work more on their kicking game, because these extra points will definitely come into play handy in the second round against the top opponents that they are yet to face.
Again, Dharmaraja conceding too many penalties, and that probably was the 6th penalty that they conceded. Well, it wasn't a kick, as Udan puts the ball to boot, falls straight into the hands of the Dharmaraja player who was waiting for it.
No hands. Get back. Take a roll away.
Dharmaraja
Take a roll away.
desperate to score a try here. They're down by 2 tries in the opening half itself, and we still have 20 more minutes to go in this half, as St. Thomas is looking to score more tries here.
I think he had two men outside waiting for the ball.
Get back. Back ball.
That's a good pass, but it falls back. Well collected by the win three-quarter. Superb running line. One man to beat. And that will be another Amana Bank try for St. Thomas's under the post by Avishka Pereira. St. Thomas's have showed no mercy against this Dharmaraja outfit. They had been running around and converting each and every opportunity into points.
What a start this is for the boys from Mount Lavinia. 3 tries inside the 20th minute mark. And they have a conversion to come as well. And under the post conversion as Udan. Bulat Singhalage will add 2 more points to the score tally. And St. Thomas's have had a dominant start in this game against Dharmaraja. 17 points to 0. And what a run it was from Avishka Pereira. The Dharmaraja defense had no answers. They've had no strategy to stop him. This game is slowly running away from the hands of Dharmaraja in the opening half itself.
This has been consistent from St. Thomas's. They had always come out hard on the opponent in each game that they played. Especially the first 20 to 25 minutes. They had always managed to score more than 2-3 tries. And that's the brilliant run by Udan.
Well, I'm surprised to see that there was only one man back in the defense for Dharmaraja. And Pereira had only to beat that man. And the restart kick from Damsit Ratnayaka.
That's an open play.
Get back.
St. Thomas's were expecting
No hands.
that ball to not reach 10 meters, but brilliantly taken by Dharmaraja. Another opportunity. Will they capitalize on it? Managed to do a breakthrough, but well defended by St. Thomas's. Ball is available. Sent out wide. Good hands. Again brought down pretty well. The ball is available for Dharmaraja. Sending it out.
Release.
The Thomian defense.
Very well defended by St. Thomas's. They had been pretty strong against this Dharmaraja side. They had not given an opportunity to have a breakthrough. That's another knock forward by Dharmaraja, gifting the ball to St. Thomas's. Kevin, something that bothers me with Dharmaraja is they had always had second thoughts when they had their ball in hand. On the other hand, where St. Thomas's had always managed to send it out, and they were confident on what they were doing. I think that is what differentiates these two teams, and I think the scorecard reflects it pretty well. 17 points to 0. Still, it's manageable. Dharmaraja still has the game in hand. I think 3 more quarters to unfold. They need to work on ball handling, and especially on a brilliant day like this.
Well, absolutely, and the Dharmaraja players have to add more pressure when the ball is inside the Thomian half, as St. Thomas's are on the move, and that was a forward pass from the Thomian there. So Dharmaraja have an opportunity here to create some momentum. They've had plenty of opportunities. It's just that they couldn't held on to the ball when it mattered the most, which has costed them the game so far. And if they are to get back into this game, they have to score at least twice before this half ends. As Pawan Manodia will feed the ball in to the scrum. Dharmaraja inside the Thomian half.
Pawan to Damsit. Sends it out. Tries to break through the Thomian defense. Sends it out again on the first hit. Goes down. Brought down by the Thomians. Ball available. A pretty slow ball coming out from the ruck. Another individual run by the Dharmaraja. Sending it out. Brings the ball back in.
Dharmaraja adding some pressure on the Thomian defense, but the Thomian defense have held firm here. Can Dharmaraja open some space out here? Good offload while going down. Another pass into the hands of a Dharmaraja player. Dharmaraja inching forward now just outside that 22-meter mark. Here's Dharmaraja looking for that opening as the skipper dumps it. Is moving forward. Dharmaraja have an advantage as well. Could this be the move which brings that opening try for Dharmaraja, or at least some points for them? The Thomian defense is not letting it loose as Pawan puts in the pass to the hands of his companion. Dharmaraja outside the 22-meter mark.
If Dharmaraja needs to score from this, they need to send out the ball pretty fast. I think they're letting the Thomian defense to settle. Tackle after tackle, I think they're getting back to their defense.
Well, absolutely right there, Shabit. They have to get the ball out soon, because it will be hard work for them to go with their forwards, because the Thomian players are much higher in size, as we talked about earlier, and that kick couldn't go through, but still Dharmaraja have possession, dumps it. Has been brought down, ball available, taken out.
Dharmaraja seems to be playing in the back foot, Kevin. They need to believe in themselves. I think it's not a gap in skills, it's just that the confidence and the mindset, as I said earlier. They need to believe on their team, and they need to believe that they can break through this defense.
Captain.
Well, we'll now go into a previous advantage that Dharmaraja had. The sensible thing will be to add some points on the board, go for those, go for that 3-pointer. But given the fact that they are down by 17 points, will be interesting to see what option they take, and they are going for that touch finder. Oh well. Seems like they want a scrum. Very interesting move from the skipper. Dumps it Ratnayaka. He has faith in his forwards. Possibly he'll be looking to take the ball out soon from that scrum, work it towards that left-hand side corner, and find some space through the Thomian defense.
Dharmaraja number 8 has been an X-factor to them. I think they will go for the number 8 break and try to exploit the defense of St. Thomas's. They must be having faith in that set play, and like I said, the number 8 of Dharmaraja. Yes, she does, but knocks it forward. Unforced error again. This is the second opportunity that Dharmaraja is letting go in the Thomian half. Yeah, that is the number 8 break that we anticipated, but it went pretty well. The offload wasn't clean. He dropped the ball and gifted the ball back to St. Thomas's. I'm pretty sure with the confidence and the momentum they have, they might try to run around the Dharmaraja defense.
St. Thomas's have been brilliant with their defense as well. A general warning has been given to the Dharmaraja team. They have to be careful here. They are not only letting the ball slip away from prime positions, but they are also being caught guilty of conceding few penalties and also not playing the game well in these opening few minutes of the game, as Venuka Vikramasuriya will feed the ball in. Will be interesting to see whether St. Thomas's run from their own half or whether they will go for that clearance kick. Well, they will run. It is Karuna Ratna, the big man, the big number 8. And Dharmaraja have milked a penalty. They have taken it quickly. And they have space here. Can they make use of this? Here's the Dharmaraja, number 12, who has just been brought down in front of the try line. Here's another opportunity for Dharmaraja, just few meters away from the try line. Can they score here? Will they score here? They have to score here if they are to stay in the game. Pawan passes the ball to Damsit Ratnayaka. He knocks it forward, and it looks like St. Thomas's will run all the way towards the try line. It is Bulat Sinhalage, and good piece of defense from Dharmaraja to bring him down. Still, St. Thomas's have a possession. This time it's Venuka Vikramasuriya.
A thumping tackle to bring him down. Sending it out. Men outside to run, and with no man to defend. Again, to the win 3/4, number 23. Brilliant hit. Inching forward.
Well, Dharmaraja conceding another penalty there. The line was caught offside, so we will go back to the penalty advantage that St. Thomas has had. Will St. Thomas opt to go for a scrum, or will they tap it and take it quickly? Again, another golden opportunity gone in vain for Dharmaraja on the other side of the pitch, Shabit. And it was the skipper, Damsit Ratnayaka, who had butterfingers there. Couldn't collect the ball cleanly.
Even St. Thomas's, I think both teams are guilty of not sending the ball out, having men to overlap the defense. They have always tried to break through on individual brilliance. I think even St. Thomas's had a golden opportunity to score, and they were lucky enough to get the ball back due to unforced error by Dharmaraja. But clearly there was an opportunity for Dharmaraja to break through the defense by just sending the ball out wide to the men who were just overlapping the Thomian defense. And the similar trend that St. Thomas's had shown in the previous matches, after 20 minutes of outburst, they have always had try drought coming out, where else sometimes might come back haunting them if Dharmaraja gets back into the game like how they did in the previous game against EC Patana. Kingswood almost made it to the last move where they lost against St. Thomas's with a 1 point, and I foresee that St. Thomas's have managed to crack open 3 times and now is not having the same energy or the momentum they had in the opening quarter they had against Dharmaraja.
Well, the captain, Venuka Vikramasuriya, has been called by the referee Sharani. Splendid start this is for St. Thomas's. We are just 5 minutes away from the half-time break. They are leading 17 points to nil with an attacking penalty in their hands. And what will be the option that they will go for? This will be the bonus point winning try as well if they go on to score from here. And that they are going for that scrum. They know that their strength lies in that forwards. And not to forget, their backs have been brilliant as well.
This creates a brilliant opportunity for the Thomians on either side of the field, where it's right in the center under the post. Will it be another number 8 break?
Steady.
Here's the skipper, Vikramasuriya, feeds the ball in, takes it out, goes out to the right hand side. And Udan now to the number 12. And he has just a few men to beat, and he goes over to score the 4th Amana Bank try. The try has not been awarded yet, and now it has been. And it is Sanesh Kaliyana Gunawardana who adds another Amana Bank try for St. Thomas's, and it is the bonus point winning try as well inside that opening half. What a brilliant performance.
St. Thomas's has made sure that whatever the opportunities that have been gifted from Dharmaraja is been converted to points, except one opportunity that they tried to break individually, but they were lucky enough to get the ball back and they had managed to cross the line again. So it's 4 tries with a conversion to come. Udan Bulat Singh Halage, I think we had been hearing a lot about him in the game, and he's the playmaker who is milking all these opportunities into points.
10 seconds.
Checks the wind, which comes against. That's another opportunity to grab 2 points, goes away. I think Kevin, like I said before, Thomians need to definitely work. Here's the brilliant try with a sidestep coming in from the center. Number 12, that is Sanishka Liana Gunawardana, who made that breakthrough, and the defense had no chance stopping him.
Well, we were talking about St. Thomas's missing conversions, and that they will have to make sure that it gets better when they go on to that second round if they are to make it, because on a game like this it won't matter, but in a close encounter against a much stronger outfit, all the points has to be taken. And here's St. Thomas's inside their own half, brings in the clearance kick, falls straight into the hands of the Dharmaraja number 9 Pawan, and he goes out wide. And Dharmaraja looking for a break here. And
that's a brilliant open play. The winger with the ball running out wide, and he will make sure he goes under the post to score that Amana Bank try.
And it is Avishka Pereira scoring yet another try for St. Thomas's. Again, Dharmaraja had no support there. He was looking to find that pass through to his player, but it was Avishka Pereira who intercepted and ran all the way to score that try. What an amazing half this has been for the Thomians. 27 points on the board with 2 more points up for grabs, as Udan will look to make amends for all the missed kicks.
He makes no mistake in that. It goes through, and that's another 2 points into the scoreboard. So the tally will go up to 29 points to nil against Dharmaraja, where St. Thomas is sailing swiftly towards victory. That was brilliant awareness. There's the replay. Brilliant awareness. Grabs it, makes no mistake, just runs straight towards the try line. Trusted his pace, no doubt in it, and he was smart enough to make sure that he goes under the post, not to trouble his kicker, to put that effort to convert that 2 points. So 29 points to nil. Again another restart. Dharmaraja kicks it off. Well collected by the number 8. Goes straight into the hit. Clean ruck. Another infringement by Dharmaraja.
A yellow card comes out of the pockets of the referee Charani, and it is Abhilash Nikeshela, the hooker, who has been sent out. And it is going to be a very, very long second half for Dharmaraja when they come in. 29 points on the board already for St. Thomas's. This possibly will be the final move before the halftime hooter goes on, as the touch finder is a good one from the Thomian. Brings play just outside that 50-meter mark, and Dharmaraja have a lot of work to do when they go into that halftime break. If not, this will be a game where St. Thomas's may go on to score over 60 points.
10 back.
I still believe Dharmaraja can put up a better show on the second half, making sure. Sends it out. Very clean ball. Goes out to the win 3/4. Perfectly timed pass. One man to beat. Comes the defense. Clean ball. Again, a quick ball out to the flanker. Steps it. Goes down to the ruck. Another clean ball. Sent out to the big number 1. Prop forward. Takes 2 men to come down.
Here's
a good cutout pass. Well defended by Dharmaraja. St. Thomas's with the ball.
St. Thomas's have an advantage as well, and they are inching forward here. Could this be another try for them? Their sixth try in this game before going into the halftime break. And St. Thomas's looks like they will go over their big number 8. And it is their scrum off the skipper, Vikramasuriya, who tries to break through the defense of St. Thomas's. Just few meters away. And Vishwa Arya once scores yet another Amana Bank try for St. Thomas's. It is carnage here at Nittawela. That was Vishwa Arya once with the 6th Amana Bank try.
That's brilliant play by St. Thomas's. I think kudos to the forwards who had synchronized well with the backs and made no mistake in ball handling, made sure that they gain momentum. And one point to note, Kevin, is that even the forwards had not just straight run onto the defense. They had made sure that they changed the channel and sidestep to make sure that at least they grab 2 people. That was pretty unfortunate. Another mistake by St. Thomas's, not managing to capitalize that 2 points they had
and
up for grabs.
And we are going into Lemons with St. Thomas's at 34 and Dharmaraja nil. This has been a dominant opening half for the Thomians, and Dharmaraja have a lot of work to cut out when they come into the second half. If not, it is going to be a very long 35 minutes for them. And for St. Thomas's, they'll be looking to empty their bench. They'll be looking to add more points, and we will bring you more action in a while as we are going for a very short commercial break.
Creamy richness redefined. Smooth, soft, spreadable. Introducing Fondre with canola and sunflower oil.
Hey, shall we have a ramen? Yeah? Yes, now you can have Korean ramen anytime, anywhere with newly introduced Maliban Snackers Korean Ramen Savory Biscuit. Grab a pack for just 550 rupees and get that spicy Korean ramen sensation while watching this match.
That was summer refreshment, the train, they gotta go.
Night Go Pocket Perfume. You tekata go ekak.
The road is yours.
German-engineered tires for Sri Lankan roads. Seat car radials. The road is yours.
Nava Rexona Sports Defense 72 hours order protection samagin pirimin sadahamai.
ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එක. බයද? ඒවටත් බෙහෙත් අපි ළඟ තියෙනවා. ඉඳගන්න.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය. චර්පි චිප්ස්. රිදෙන්න දැනෙන රස.
තව ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එකක් ගහමුද?
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Nava Rexona Sports Defense 72 hours order protection samagin pirimin sadahamai.
එක පැත්තකින් වාගෙනදී තව පැත්තකින් මතුවෙනවා. මේ ටයිල් එක බෑ. දෙක තුනක් කැඩිලත් එක්ක. තමරි අක්කා.
ජීවිත කාලය පුරාම අල්ලන් ඉන්න නම් ටයිල් අල්ලන්න ඕන ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව්.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව් අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Love rugby.
Live rugby.
Prima Kotumi. Fun tamari.
Big question, right? What if you didn't have to choose just one version of yourself? What if you could explore them all? In one universe, you're building the future. In another, you're saving the planet. Or leveling up in the business world. At ESU, every class, every opportunity unlocks a new version of yourself so that you can discover the best one. Welcome to the Infinite You. Welcome to ESU.
Park Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Creamy richness redefined. Smooth, soft, spreadable. Introducing Fondre with canola and sunflower oil.
Keep sweating. Keep pushing the limits. Keep stepping up your game. Keep shining. Keep rising. No matter what your fitness goal is, we are always there by you, with you. Iodex. Get. Spray. Go.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
සමහර බැඳීම් ජීවිත කාලයටමයි. නිපොන් සිමෙන්ති.
කොහෙන් හරි කමන්නේ ෆොටෝ එක තිබ්බනම් මට මේ බිත්තියේ කැත වහගන්න තිබ්බා.
චමරි අක්කා.
පිත්තියට ස්විස්ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ගාලා ෆිනිෂ් කළා නම් ඔය ප්‍රශ්න මුකුත් නැහැ.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝට් ෆිනිෂ් එකට හොඳම කෙනා.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
There is a rhythm to island life, where a walk is a dance, where there is work-life flexibility, where fun is serious, and where songs rise out of the sea. The unique and amazing facets of island living inspire us.
Bring that inspiration home. Lanka Tiles. Fine living. Redefined.
The road is yours.
German-engineered tires for Sri Lankan roads. Seat car radials. The road is yours.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Creamy richness redefined. Smooth, soft, spreadable. Introducing Fondre with canola and sunflower oil.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
වතුරත් ලීක් වෙලා. ස්ලැබ් එකත් ඉවරයි. බලන්නකො දැන් සාලේ කැත. චමරි.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල්ඩ් 2K waterproof දැම්මා නම් වතුර කාන්දු වෙන්නෙත් නැහැ. හිතටත් නිදහස්.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල්ඩ් 2K waterproofer සීල් කරන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Big question, right? What if you didn't have to choose just one version of yourself? What if you could explore them all? In one universe, you're building the future. In another, you're saving the planet. Or leveling up in the business world. At ESU, every class, every opportunity unlocks a new version of yourself so that you can discover the best one. Welcome to the Infinite You. Welcome to ESU.
Whose fault is this? Looks like someone didn't use Tokyo Superset for bricklaying and plastering. Tokyo Superset. Do it right the first time.
It has been carnage from the Thomians in the opening half. They went on to score 6 tries while converting 2 of them, and on the other hand, Dharmaraja's worrying season continues as the firecrackers move on here at Nittawela, and these are the highlights from the opening half. St. Thomas is going over to score 6 tries, and it was some brilliant rugby from the boys from Mount Lavinia, and Dharmaraja has a lot of work to cut out in the second half, and that was one of the few knock forwards that Dharmaraja enforced when they had some good opportunities. It's not like Dharmaraja have not created opportunities, it is just that they struggle to convert them, Shabit.
Definitely, Kevin. I think ball handling is vital when it comes to a game like this, especially when you are managing a team that is on top form with momentum. Definitely they're going to milk those opportunities and convert them into tries. They had no mistake. They had made sure that all the opportunities that they got, that was gifted, has been translated into tries, and that tells us the scoreboard that is 34 points to nil. Now all ready for the second 35 minutes of the game. Will Dharmaraja have answers to the Thomian attack?
And
I think the Dharmaraja guys were quite in a rush to start the game. I think the momentum was there. They had kicked the ball before the referee's whistle.
We don't see this very often, and finally the referee's whistle goes on as Dharmaraja kicks the ball up, and it goes out of touch.
The second restart has not been great. It goes out in full. Even though a brilliant collection was made by the Dharmaraja in three-quarter, it was outside the line. Four-man line out with the throw to come in. That's a nice little throw and a clean ball going to the first pod. They had been pretty fast with the balls in the ruck, and that's a brilliant thinking, well collected. Back with Dharmaraja. Referee playing advantage. I think that was a high tackle by the Thomian defender.
The referee wants to have a word with her assistant ref, Callum, and it is a conversation about giving the yellow card or not. Will be interesting to see what the final call will be.
Captain.
Seems like she will bring out the card out of her pockets.
Last warning.
Well, fortunate for St. Thomas's, it is a last warning given by the referee. It looked like she was going to take out the yellow card for all money, but fortunately for the Thomians, they will get one last warning before their player has been sent out, as Damsit puts the ball to boot, got some good meters with that touch finder. Dharmaraja with an early opportunity here. They are inside the 40-meter mark.
Dharmaraja is showing some urgency in the second half compared to the first half that they had. It was uncontested but well brought down by the Thomians. The ball comes out from the ruck. Back to back, Dharmaraja has not managed to cross the gain line. They had always been well defended before they gain momentum. There has been brilliant defense by St. Thomas's. Ball is available. Distributed again. Goes down to the first contact. Sends it out wide. Makes contact. Brought down well by the Thomians.
First time tackle, roll away, not roll away.
That's an opportunity to Dharmaraja to gain some meters.
Not rolling away was the call from the referee. So another penalty for Dharmaraja. St. Thomas's not starting the second half from where they left off. And Dharmaraja now have another line out through just outside that 22-meter mark. And one thing, Sharbet, Dharmaraja should have in their minds is that they are not going to go any forward if they are trying to barge through the defense of St. Thomas's. Instead, they should look to take the ball out quickly and pass it out wide as soon as they can and find some space there.
Absolutely. That's an overthrow. Well collected by the Thomians.
Get back.
The skipper brings the clearance kick, and that falls just inside that 22-meter mark of Dharmaraja. And Dharmaraja returns the favor. Here's Akit Kure. He brings in that backhand pass.
Not collected. Would have been a great try to watch if it was collected clean, but he drops it on. I think the drizzle that went across the ground during the break would have impacted that butterfingers. St. Thomas's have always shown confidence and momentum. They had always made sure that they execute whatever the plan they're executing with full belief. On the other hand, Dharmaraja has always had doubts. They'd been having second thoughts from rocks, from moves, even sending out the ball. Like I said before, Kevin, it's a game of the mindset. They need to believe that they can handle it and they need to just finish or execute whatever that they have in hand. I think even this, I assume it will be another number 8 break, knowing that has been the only thing that has worked for them to break. It doesn't, sends the ball out. Brilliant move. Again, individual play, trying to break that. They had men out. Holding on, straight onto the ball after the tackle. Thomians have made no mistakes in ruck to make sure that they grab the ball that is right in front of them.
Udan Bulat Singhalagi will be looking to get some meters with this touch finder, and he takes play inside that 22-meter mark. Takes St. Thomas's close towards that whitewash. Dharmaraja, after having so much momentum from the restart in the second half, have given away opportunity for St. Thomas's here. They will bring that driving maul. Their forwards are heavy. Can they find another try, the 7th try of the game? And Dharmaraja bringing in desperate defense here, but the Thomian maul is just easing forward. This should be the 7th try. It will be the 7th try. Ayan Pereira, the try scorer for St. Thomas's. What an attack from the Thomians. It all started with that brilliant touch finder from Bulat Singhalagi. He took play straight into that 22-meter mark.
Thomians have made sure that they score from all aspects or the all ammo they have. That's the replay. Another 2 points with the win this time. I think if this conversion goes through, it will definitely boost the confidence of the hooker.
10 seconds.
Here's Bulat Singhalagi with the conversion. Goes through this time. And 41 points on the board for St. Thomas's. 7 Amana Bank tries and 3 conversions, while Dharmaraja are yet to score in their home turf.
Bulat Singhalagi have found his kicking boots, I guess. Especially the wind assisting him. That kick was never easy from that corner, but he made sure he made no mistake.
Number 14.
Already 41 points to St. Thomas's against Dharmaraja. Still start finding their first try. Can they milk something?
Okay.
The restart kick from Dharmaraja. And St. Thomas's have no pressure here now. And here's the skipper finding some space. And he has tried to pass the ball, but the referee Charani blows the whistle.
Get back. 10 back. Mark table.
St. Thomas is lucky there. They had an advantage as well. That's why the play was brought back from the referee as Udan Bulat Singhalagi puts the ball to boot one more time and finds some good meters.
Number 4.
He has been brilliant, hasn't he?
He has. He's a top contender for the Swiss Tech Player of the Match. And Dharmaraja needs to make sure that they break through this Thomian defense. This try will not gain much to the game, but it will definitely build momentum to the Dharmaraja side on the upcoming games that they need to face off.
And Dharmaraja is back to their full strength.
And I think, Kevin, the league being extended where even the bottom 2 contenders will play the bowl segment. Dharmaraja needs to find that momentum. They need to make sure they break through Thomian defense at least once to get that momentum back.
And here's the Thomian Mall, which has been formed yet again. They are just easing through this Dharmaraja defense into that 22-meter mark. They are moving forward. They are barging forward. And the play has been broken loose. St. Thomas's now just few meters away from the try line. Desperate defense from Dharmaraja. Can they keep this Thomian attack away? Here's the big man, Karunaratna. No hands was the call from the referee. And the big forwards are doing their job now. And Dharmaraja can't afford to concede another try here. That will definitely bring their morals down. Here's Udan, goes out wide, and that will be another try, another Amana Bank try for St. Thomas's, and it is Mayank Dyers who adds 5 more points to his score tally.
This Thomian outfit has been unstoppable today. That's the replay available for us. I think that's right on the corner. A dream try for the win 3/4. Brilliant execution by Bulat Singhalage, sending it out wide, and doesn't risk anything. Make sure that the Thomians touch it down. Similar position for Bulat Singhalage to convert.
10 seconds.
Well, this time it's Darren George who has taken the responsibility of adding 2 points for St. Thomas's, and his first kick goes through. So it will be 2 more points added to this Thomian score tally. Things are getting worse for Dharmaraja here at Nittawela.
It's all damage control now. That's the sweet kick that went through.
Well, Shabit, 1 point you brought in was that bowl segment that these players will play in, and that is a very good initiative from the school's rugby board, because it is really hard to get into that A division, and you don't want to go out easily or cheaply. So they give you another opportunity, just like in the old days where they had another opportunity in the plate segment. This time we have a bowl segment, and St. Thomas's brings that deep kick in, looking for that 50-22, but Dharmaraja player was able to cover it down. Dharmaraja now on the move. 48 points to nil is the score tally. 47 minutes on our watch.
First time, tackle roll away.
Individually, I think Dharmaraja had shown great skill and pace, but they have not been managed to convert it to points. They need to make sure that they sync as a team and bring it together.
Number 7. First time roll away. Number 7. Number 7.
Another point had always not gained extra meters apart from their comfort. It has always been about 10 to 15 meters that they gain through touch. I think if you are confident, you can stretch it out and risk it. And it's not straight, says the referee. Nothing is working on favor of Dharmaraja today. On the other hand, Thomians had made sure that they capitalize on every opportunity that has been given to them in these 48 minutes.
48 minutes, 48 points for St. Thomas's, and what a commentary debut for you, Shabit Mutalif, because St. Thomas's have run riot over the Dharmaraja players inside that 50-minute mark, and you've at least had 3 brilliant tries to call for.
Absolutely, Kevin. Thank you very much, and I think that will not be a great thing to hear by any Dharmaraja fans out there, because they are not having their best days. But before this match, I was just having a look at the under-15 match against Dharmaraja and St. Thomas's. The talent looked promising, and I'm pretty sure they have a great future coming in the next couple of years.
Here's the skipper, Vikramasuriya, puts the ball to Udan. Udan passes it out wide. Have some space here for St. Thomas's to run with. Here's Akit Kure, who has just been dragged out of touch by the Rajan's defender. It was Sashika Senaratne who dragged Akit Kure out.
That was a brilliant move by St. Thomas's. I think it was executed without no mistakes. Everything went swiftly except for the last defender coming and spoiling it out for the dream try that anyone would have dreamt of.
Too eager are the Rajans. They took the kickoff early in the second half again. They have taken the line out through before the ref Charani has switched on the timer on her watch.
Seems like Dharmaraja has the commitment but not the confidence to break through Thomians. The ball was stolen again by the Thomians, entering the red zone. Brilliant maturity shown, taking it slow through their forwards.
Here's Vikramasuriya. Now the big number 18, Aman Imran. Vikramasuriya again to Bulat Singhal. And possibly a forward pass. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And Dharmaraja will now have a scrum.
Substitutions coming in for Dharmaraja, I think. It's the front row hooker who is going out. It was Abhilash who was replaced. Dharmaraja with the ball.
Set. Number 1. Tight bind kone. Okay? Tight bind.
Tight bind is needed. That was what the referee Charani told Vishwa Arya once from the Thomian lineup.
Set. Steady.
We go again with the scrum. And Dharmaraja will be looking to clear the ball as far as they can, as soon as they can. And that is exactly what they've done. The Thomians have chased it down and fall straight into the hands of Akit Kure. He has been another guy who has been able to find some space and run some brilliant runs in the game. Here's the skipper Vikramasuriya. Today's a big number 16, Panduka Jayasena. Thomians with possession inside the Dharmaraja half. Shaven Gunaratna brought down. Here's Bulat Singhal again. Puts in that chip kick. Falls straight into the hands of Shashika Fernando.
Oh. Get back.
The skipper for St. Thomas's, Venuka, had been a brilliant playmaker.
No hands.
Supporting Bulat Singhal in this. He has always had the game of awareness on where to send at what time. I think that precision and game awareness is what St. Thomas's is marching forward towards victory.
Bit of football skills shown by both sets of cams, and Dharmaraja finally have the ball with them. They are inside the Thomian half, looking for their first try of the game. They're still to open the scoring, and seems like the ball has just gone out of touch. So will be a line out through for St. Thomas's. Yet another good chance gone in vain for Dharmaraja. All they had to do was to hold on to that ball, apply pressure on the Thomian defense, march forward, and they haven't been able to do that.
It's a knock forward by Dharmaraja, so it's a scrum to St. Thomas's. Dharmaraja has been struggling throughout to add the finishing touches of their moves. I think they have had brilliant skill, brilliant pace, and it's always that second thought that has brought them back from scoring.
Venuka Vikramasuriya, the skipper, will have to wait for a bit. Crouch, says the referee. Charlie. Venuka now set to feed the ball in.
Steady.
He feeds it in. He collects it out. Udan is waiting for it. And he goes to the center to his number 14. There was Zaidan Akbar. Here's Udan yet again to Venuka. Venuka to the big number 16, Panduka Jayasena. St. Thomas's still inside their own half. Vishwarya Vansanav barging through the Dharmaraja defense. Here's Bulat Singhalage yet again. This time goes out wide.
Bulat Singhalage has been brilliant with his side steps today to decoy the defense of Dharmaraja. That is what has opened up gaps for them. Dharmaraja not rolling away. Again an advantage, not 10 meters.
Well, St. Thomas's do have an advantage as well. Dharmaraja yet again penalized for being offside. And Udan Bulat Singhalage has another opportunity to bring in a good kick. Take the play inside the 22-meter mark. And that is exactly what he has done. Brilliant kick yet again from Udan Bulat Singhalage. He may have missed few conversions, but his touch finders have been on point.
That's the thumping kick that Bulat Singhalage made, and that will give a big relief for the forwards, the tiring forwards especially, to start it on from there.
Well, the Thomians have emptied their bench as well. They've brought in many substitutions, and this time Dharmaraja does well defending that maul off, dragging them out of touch.
Brilliant defense, Kevin. I think there's no tactic to bring down a maul legally. The only way is to just push against, and that's what Dharmaraja has done today. And Dharmaraja with the ball in their 22, takes the ball back, decides to kick straight from the ruck. A knock forward, says the referee, and he brings back play into the Dharmaraja 22, and it's a scrum in favor of Dharmaraja. They will have a much better cushion to clear the ball. Pawan to feed in. Sadish all set to receive the ball, and pretty sure it's going to be a clearing kick. The number 8 thinks otherwise. He makes a breakthrough, gains few meters, and they decide to use their forwards to milk more defenders into the ruck.
Brave from Dharmaraja, but finally the box kick comes in. Will it fall straight into the hands of the Thomian?
Kevin, what I don't understand is that in your red zone, having your fly half all set to clear the ball, the thought process. Luckily, Dharmaraja had their advantage. I believe hence why they decided to clear it through the scrum half.
The touch finder from Dharmaraja. Dharmaraja with a line out through.
With a 3-man line out. Well defended by St. Thomas's.
Crooked was the call from the referee Charani. So St. Thomas's have opted to go for a scrum. This was the replay of that crooked throw from the Rajan's hooker. And yet again
another beautiful opportunity for St. Thomas's right in the half of Dharmaraja.
Absolute.
Their backs might be dreaming of a try on the left corner or through the center.
Dharmaraja have invited the Thomians to score more tries by cheaply losing possession. Here's Bulat Sinhalage. St. Thomas's have an advantage as well. They have numbers on the outside. Advantage over, says the referee. St. Thomas's.
That was brilliant defense from Dharmaraja. They made sure they were on point. Momentum shifting towards Dharmaraja. Can they make use of these opportunities, Kevin? I think they have had the most possession in the second half compared to the first half where Thomians dominated. Can they make the initial breakthrough? Will it be the first try that opens up the floods for Dharmaraja?
Still a long way away from that whitewash Dharmaraja. Just 10 more minutes to go in this game. 48 points for St. Thomas's. Nil for Dharmaraja. St. Thomas's will be looking to get to that coveted 50-point mark. They will go back-to-back games with 50 points if they are to score 50 points in this game. And here's Dharmaraja with some quick hands. They have to be proactive here. They have been sitting back for the major part of this game. But in these final 10 minutes, they can't allow St. Thomas's to go out of this game without conceding at least a few points. Dharmaraja, desperate attack from them. They are inside the 50-meter mark now. They are showing some urgency here. This is their number 16, Dilisha Disanayaka, who has been brought down. Now Dharmaraja looking to find space, looking to tire this defense of St. Thomas's and find a way through. But the St. Thomas defense and the line is well set. They are not allowing Dharmaraja to gain any meters with these set play.
Brilliant faces by Dharmaraja. I think throughout the game, this is the first time where they had maintained so much consistency. Another penalty. Makes the quick tap. Runs through. Support comes in. That's another advantage in Thomian 22. That was a high tackle by the Thomian defender.
They have knocked the ball forward yet again, but they do have an advantage coming their way. Number 24. High tackle, says the referee Charani. And it is Dhruv Pereira. And Dharmaraja opting to go for a scrum yet again. Here's the replay of that ball being knocked forward from Dharmaraja. Fortunately for them, they had a penalty advantage coming their way as well.
Dharmaraja would put all their money on that number 8 break, Kevin, if I'm not mistaken, because that is something that has worked them in the previous matches to score, especially close to the try line or the red zone of St. Thomas's or the opponent team. So, which way it would be is something that St. Thomas's might be looking forward to.
Here's Pawan, who feeds the ball in. And this is the Dharmaraja number 8 trying to break through the defense of St. Thomas's. The St. Thomas's defense line is set. And have Dharmaraja knocked the ball forward yet again? Yes, they have. Yes, they have. So St. Thomas's have, or rather can have a breather here, because Dharmaraja yet again from a prime position have knocked the ball forward. Not the first time. We've seen it multiple times in this game. And that is exactly something they have to work on when they move on in the season.
Thomians, on the other hand, have done their homework pretty well. The flanker was waiting for that number 8 break, and he was right onto it when the move happened, and that didn't let the number 8 gain momentum on his run. That's a brilliant move, sending it out, trusting his pace. Smart play by Thomians, giving it out with the support play, bringing it down by Dharmaraja defense.
No. Side entries, no.
St. Thomas's have knocked the ball forward, have they? Yes, they have. No, they have a penalty advantage, quickly taken. And this time they have knocked the ball forward. Dharmaraja have an advantage for knockout as well.
Get back, last foot.
Knock on as well rather. And Dharmaraja are desperate to get into that Thomian half. Just 5 minutes to go in this game. And they are looking to get their first try of the game. And 5 minutes to go. It is time for us to choose our Swiss-Tech man of the match, player of the match rather. And we've talked about that name throughout the game. And I think you will agree with me as well. I believe Udan Bulat Sinhala game made all the difference for St. Thomas's in this game. Yes, the skipper Venuka Vikramasuriya played an integral part as well. But I believe Udan Bulat Sinhalage should be our man of the match, Shabit.
Absolutely, Kevin. I think for Bulat Sinhalage to perform at that level and dominate the Dharmaraja outfit, Venuka played a vital role. If there were two awards, I think it will definitely be shared amongst Venuka and Bulat Sinhalage, because that combination is deadly. That awareness and that synchronization that they had has what brought St. Thomas's to this convincing win against Dharmaraja.
Well, absolutely, and special mention should be given to Akit Kure as well. He did brilliantly in that full-back position, culminating the way through for St. Thomas's for that first try as well. And Dharmaraja now looking to get their first try. Here's Damsit. The skipper passes it on to his number 24, Shashika Senaratna. Another opportunity for Dharmaraja inside the 40-meter mark.
Again, not giving the ball out, having two men to support. I think they should have stretched the defense to the left corner of Dharmaraja. They had always looked to break through in the closest vicinity of the Thomian breakdown that they've had. Another point to note, Kevin, I think Thomians look well balanced. Their forwards and the backs complementing each other has been immense for this scoreline. Having said that, in the second half, Thomians have not been able to dominate the Dharmaraja outfit as they did in the first half. So that is something that we can note for the upcoming games. Opponents might exploit that.
Here's Damsit with the touch finder. Takes play into the 22-meter mark. Dharmaraja have another opportunity. We are 4 minutes, or rather 3 minutes away from the full-time whistle. As per our clock, Dharmaraja yet to score. St. Thomas's 2 points away from that 50-meter mark. 50-point mark rather. What will happen here?
Can they get that consolation try in these 3 minutes? I think that will give them some momentum, at least in the upcoming games.
Dharmaraja will at least have a consolation try if they go on to score here. Could be a morale boost as well, because the scoreline being nil and the scoreline being 5 makes a huge difference, especially for the boys when we consider about their mental side.
And Kevin, witnessing today's Thomian outfit and how well they have executed without any flaws, they are a top contender for the upcoming Dialog Schools Rugby League Championship.
Well, absolutely. They'll be unbeaten in the league after this game ends, and we've always seen the Thomian side step up when it comes to the league. They are one of those silent teams who won't be given many chances before coming into the league, but they always step up, and Dharmaraja are just few meters away from scoring a try. St. Thomas's will be looking to keep them away, and Dharmaraja have finally found a way to score their first Amana Bank try, just 2 minutes away from the full-time whistle. They have gone on to score. We are yet to see who the Amana Bank try scorer is, and seems like it is their number 12, Vidun Sapramadu, who has gone over to score that first Amana Bank try for Dharmaraja. $48-5 for Dharmaraja with a conversion to come. 69 minutes done as per our clock. St. Thomas's have been dominant, but something to take out of the game for Dharmaraja. Shabit.
I am pretty sure the Thomians having a convincing win here will be not very much pleased that they couldn't cross the 50-meter mark. I think that would have been the 50-meter points, Kevin, because that would have been a great statement to make for the upcoming matches.
Well, we've had a few stoppages as well, so possibly there could be some time left in the referee's watch as Damsit, the skipper, sets himself up to add 2 more points for the Dharmaraja score tally. And Damsit's kick is somewhat good, but unfortunately for him, it bounces off the side post and falls out. So it will remain St. Thomas's 48 and Dharmaraja 5. And we still have some time left as per the referee's clock.
23.
St. Thomas's will be looking to get over that 50-point mark. And that's the kick coming in from Udan Bulat Sinhalage.
That was a penalty, Kevin, straight away for St. Thomas's, and he tried to find the touch, but he did not. And Dharmaraja with the ball now. I am unaware of the reason why there was a penalty straight away for St. Thomas's.
Well, I was surprised as well when you said it was a penalty, but Udan, for the first time, has not been able to find a touch with his kick, and St. Thomas's still with possession inside their own half. And they have given the ball back to Dharmaraja. Dharmaraja, can they go over to score another try?
Get back.
Dharmaraja with possession, marching forward. Almost broke through the Thomian defense. Good offload. I think Dharmaraja has found momentum a bit too late into the game. That was a brilliant breakthrough. Inching forward, close to the try line. That's great momentum by Dharmaraja.
This possibly could be held up. Yes, it is held up. The way he fell down onto the try line indicated me that it could possibly be a held up call coming in from the referee Charani.
Yes, Kavin. I think Dharmaraja is guilty of not using all resource that they have in the field. I think they had enough and more men on either sides of the field where they could have just given the ball out and stretched the Thomian defense, which the Thomians did brilliantly today. If you look at the tries, I think most of them were scored on either sides of the field where they were swinging the ball, making sure that the Dharmaraja defense is moving across, and that's where they exploit that breakthrough. I think that matters a lot.
And
behind the kicker.
And Udan Bulat Sinhalagi will have a goal line dropout. And he kicks the ball straight into the hands of the Dharmaraja fullback Sanuka Bandar. Dharmaraja still desperately looking to get that try. They are showing urgency. But if they are to score, they have to do a lot better than what they have done throughout the game.
Thank you.
This possibly will be one of the last moves of the game.
Tackle release.
Tackle release, says Charani. Here's the skipper, dumps it to Bandara.
No hands.
Bandara has been brought down. Ball available. Dharmaraja on the move. Here's their number 21 from the outside. This time it's Pawan. The scrum half. Advantage coming Dharmaraja's way as well. Knocked forward, says the referee. And Dharmaraja are heading forward, are gaining meters. Here's their big number 17.
This is brilliant phases by Dharmaraja. I think they have found their momentum and they have found their rhythm. I think this is something they would like to take forward on the upcoming game as well. The way they started, they were in doubts. But now this is the momentum, they have found the rhythm. And Thomians not letting the Dharmaraja guys break through that fortress they had been holding on to so far.
And St. Thomas's have turned over proceedings, but we will go back for a knock-on advantage that Dharmaraja had. Here's the replay of that turnover, but it is gone in vain as Dharmaraja have a knock-on advantage. They have a scrum inside the 22-meter mark.
Thomians, whenever they get the ball, waste no time. They make sure they send it to their wing three quarters to do the job. They trust their pace. They trust the confidence. They make sure they exploit those two channels throughout this game, and which has worked every time they tried. I think that is something that Dharmaraja needs to learn from this game. They need to trust their wing three quarters. They need to trust the young talent that they have in the outfit.
Here's Pawan feeding the ball in. Pawan collects it out, sends it in, and here's their number 13 trying to find some space. He has been brought down as well. Good barge from the number 23 there, Geetma Ratnayaka. Dharmaraja inside the Thomian 22. Can they go forward? Can they go over? This time it's Alan Jayatunga. And they have knocked it forward. Game over, says the referee Charani. A dominant performance from the Thomians, travelling all the way from Mount Lavinia. They have beaten the home side 48 points to 5. Could have been much more for the Thomians, but they will be happy going out with a bonus point win.
Looking at the game today, Kevin, I think I'm pretty sure the coaching panel of Thomians will have a lot to extract from this game, especially going into the second half, the second round of the Dialog Schools League. They will have to improve a lot with regard to the second half play, but fact to consider is that they emptied their bench in the second half to make sure that they gave game exposure, but that will not be an excuse to lose game momentum. On the second round especially, they will have to bank on their bench. So this was a great opportunity to evaluate how great their finishes are.
Worrying signs for Dharmaraja. They are yet to get a point, not even a losing bonus point for them as of now. They have 2 more games to go, and they are not going to be easy games as well. And this is the confirmation of that scoreline. St. Thomas is 48, Dharmaraja 5. And we'll now quickly have a look at the highlights from the game. And it was St. Thomas who started off the game in empathetic fashion, where they scored 3 tries inside the 15th minute mark, Shabit. And these are the highlights from the second half. Yet again, another fruitful half for St. Thomas's.
This will be a brilliant highlight to watch for any Thomian supporter, because it has been a fiesta of tries. using all resources they've got in the outfit. Threw them all through the line, through the win 3 quarters. They made sure no stones unturned.
St. Thomas's a complete dominant performance from them, and they haven't given an inch for Dharmaraja apart from that final few minutes where they allowed them to score their first try, and a Swiss man of the match, Udan Bulat Singhalage, had a stunning game. Did the job with the touch finders, found space for his team, and this is the key stats from the game. Dharmaraja 5, St. Thomas's 48. St. Thomas's with 8 tries compared to Dharmaraja's sole try, and 4 conversions for St. Thomas's and no conversions for Dharmaraja, and no penalties and drop goals for both the sides. And a perfect Swiss perfect player of the match is none other than the young man Udan Bulat Singhalage.
That wraps up the 70 minutes we had today, and then the games to come. Zahira versus Isipatana tomorrow at Zahira College grounds, and then Trinity Joes, that will be a match to watch at CRNFC. Trinity coming all the way from Kandy. The Antonian outfit will meet the Anandians, who had a positive momentum in the previous games, will meet the home team at Nittawela. St. Peter's meeting Wesley, the 2 unbeaten teams at Havelock Park. That's a cracker definitely that everybody would love to watch. And Royal with the Arthur at Royal Complex. And on 29th, the last game of the week, that is Kingswood versus Mahanama at Bogampara Stadium.
Well, some exciting games to come your way in the 4th week of Dialog Schools Rugby League, and St. Peter's versus Wesley will be the game of the week. So we'll bring you more action from Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel, ThePapare, tomorrow. Until then, it is a good night, goodbye from me, Kevin Dharanjan, and Shabit Muttalif.
Standby for opener.
Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel, ThePapare.
3, 2, 1, roll.
ඉතින් ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංක ක්‍රීඩා නාලිකාව ThePapare සමග.
Welcome back to ThePapare.
Welcome to the live broadcast from ThePapare.
Good luck, guys. Good luck, everyone.
ThePapare, Sri Lanka's #1 television sports channel.
Creamy richness redefined. Smooth, soft, spreadable. Introducing Fondre with canola and sunflower oil.
රාමෙන් පාරක් දාමුද?
මෙතන
මෙතන විතරක් නෙමෙයි. ඕනෙම තැනක රාමෙන්.
හඳුන්වා දෙන මෙල්බන් ස්නැකර්ස් කොරියන් රාමෙන් සේවරි විස්කට්. රාමෙන් සැරට සෙට් වෙන්න.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය. චර්පි චිප්ස්. රිදෙන්න දැනෙන රස.
Hello everyone, Shahid Zumbri here. 2025 Schools Rugby League සෙල්ලම් කරන හැමෝටම සුබ පතනවා. All the very best. Good luck.
සැමදා සමාන සැමදා සුවෙන්.
හරි. ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එක.
බයද? ඒවටත් බෙහෙත් අපි ළඟ තියෙනවා. ඉඳගන්න.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය. චර්පි චිප්ස්. රිදෙන්න දැනෙන රස.
තව ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එකක් ගහමුද?
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Saratona enjoy කරන්න party එකට go.
Night Go, pocket perfume, youth එකට go එකක්.
එක පැත්තකින් වාගෙනදී තව පැත්තකින් මතුවෙනවා. මේ ටයිල් එක බෑ. දෙක තුනක් කැඩිලත් එක්ක.
සමරි අක්කා. ජීවිත කාලය පුරාම අල්ලන් ඉන්න නම් ටයිල් අල්ලන්න ඕන ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව්.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව් අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා. නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Keep sweating. Keep pushing the limits. Keep stepping up your game. Keep shining. Keep rising. No matter what your fitness goal is, we are always there by you, with you. Iodex, get, spray, go.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
විහිළු නෙමේ ටෝකියෝ සුපර් ඕන වැටකට සුපර්.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Our mountains are majestic. They can be life-giving. Some are even sacred, and their heights bear marks of our heritage. Our mountains elevate us. To us, they are ever inspiring.
Bring that inspiration home. Lanka Tiles. Fine living. Redefined. German-engineered tyres for Sri Lankan roads. Seat Car Radials. The road is yours. German-engineered tyres for Sri Lankan roads. Seat Car Radials. The road is yours.
That was summer refresh when the train gonna go.
Night Go Pocket Perfume. Youth එකට go එකක්.
එක පැත්තකින් වාගෙනදී තව පැත්තකින් මතුවෙනවා. මේ ටයිල් එක බෑ. දෙක තුනක් කැඩිලත් එක්ක.
සමරිය අක්කා. ජීවිත කාලය පුරාම අල්ලන් ඉන්න නම් ටයිල් අල්ලන්න ඕන ස්විස්ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව්.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව් අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා. නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි. Maliban lemon puff puff lemon puff Maliban lemon puff හැම සිතක්ම පිපිදේ රස lemon රසයේ ජීවිතයම මිහිරයි Maliban lemon puff puff lemon puff Maliban lemon puff Maliban lemon puff chill when lemon.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Love rugby.
Live rugby.
Prima Kotumi. Fun tamari.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි. නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
කොහෙන් හරි කමන්නේ ෆොටෝ එක තිබ්බනම් මට මේ බිත්තිය කැත වහගන්න තිබ්බා.
සමරිය අක්කා.
බිත්තියට ස්විස්ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ගාලා ෆිනිෂ් කළා නම් ඔය ප්‍රශ්න මුකුත් නැහැ.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝට් ෆිනිෂ් එකට හොඳම කෙනා. නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Follow your dreams, achieve your goals. With every step, let your story unfold. In this world you will shine. Just believe it's your time. Sky is the ultimate limit. Never can you stop any day.
Chase your dream career with eSoft Metro Campus.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
දවසම ෆ්‍රෙෂ් වෙන්න. O3 Spirit and Freedom perfumed body spray.
Some bonds last a lifetime. Nippon Cement.
Boss, you're the one who lifted this company to where it is today, ne? Your work is so well organized and your capability really shines through it.
While you're working hard to earn your yearly bonus, save money with Commercial Bank's Power Bonus. Open an account with just 5,000 rupees and earn bonus interest every 3 months straight.
Hi, I'm Heshan Jansen. 2025 school rugby season එකට සහභාගී වෙන හැමෝටම සුබ පතනවා. All the very best.
Love rugby.
Live rugby.
Prima Kotumi. Fun tamari.
වතුරත් ලීක් වෙලා. ස්ලැබ් එකත් ඉවරයි. බලන්නකෝ දැන් සාලේ කැත. චමරි.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල්ඩ් 2K waterproof දැම්මා නම් වතුර කාන්දු වෙන්නෙත් නැහැ. හිතටත් නිදහස්.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල්ඩ් 2K waterproofer සීල් කරන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
German-engineered tyres for Sri Lankan roads. Seat Car Radials. The road is yours.
Hi, I'm Navi Marsinga. I'm here to wish you all the very best for the School Rugby League.
So make sure to have fun and reach your potential. Enjoy.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය චර්පි චිප්ස් රිදෙන්න දැනෙන රස.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Big question, right? What if you didn't have to choose just one version of yourself? What if you could explore them all? In one universe, you're building the future. In another, you're saving the planet. Or leveling up in the business world. At ESU, every class, every opportunity unlocks a new version of yourself so that you can discover the best one. Welcome to the Infinite You. Welcome to ESU.
enjoy කරන්න party එකට go.
Night Go Pocket Perfume Youth එකට go එකක්.
කොහෙන් හරි කමන්නේ ෆොටෝ එක තිබ්බනම් මට මේ බිත්තිය කැත වහගන්න තිබ්බා.
චම්මරි අක්කා.
බිත්තියට ස්විස් ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ගාලා ෆිනිෂ් කළා නම් ඔය ප්‍රශ්න මුකුත් නැහැ.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ෆිනිෂ් එකට හොඳම කෙනා.
German engineered tires for Sri Lankan roads. Seat car radials. The road is yours.
දවසම ෆ්‍රෙෂ් වෙන්න. O3 Spirit and Freedom perfumed body spray.
Boss, I got you some homemade milk toffee. Shall I bring it now? You know, no matter what others say, you are really important to us. I have never seen anyone care about the company as much as you do.
While you're working hard to earn your yearly bonus, save money with Commercial Bank's Power Bonus. Open an account with just 5,000 rupees and earn bonus interest every 3 months straight.
Love rugby.
Live rugby.
Prima Kotumi. Fun Tamare.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Creamy richness redefined. Smooth, soft, spreadable. Introducing Fondre with canola and sunflower oil.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.